Well. The tables have turned in the NFL. The powerhouses are no longer the powerhouses anymore. It's amazing. We're 7 games in, and we're finally seeing, uh, as we said last week, we're finally seeing teams that we know are going to probably hit the playoffs and teams that are probably going to tank because we're already at
Yep.
tankable status with 2 teams now, and
Yeah,
some
several
teams
teams, if you ask me.
and
One team crawled itself out of tank bowl status, but we'll see for them anyway. But
um there's a possibility that 3 teams from the NFC East might end up being in the playoffs the way this shit's
that's
going.
a strong possibility at this point. Shit.
NFC South, best of luck to whoever gets first. Let's just say that much. Um,
Yep.
um, it's been very bizarre. It's been very bizarre.
Now you know what the other wild thing is? I got another wild thing for you. The Jets are in first place.
I'm waiting for the fall off on that one, to be quite honest with you.
The Giants have only lost one game.
I'm waiting for them to get challenged. Then we'll see.
That too.
The Jets.
That too.
The Jets are in the same boat. I'm waiting for them to
Jets are in the same boat.
But
They're in the very same boat.
But the Jets could get into the playoffs. I could see them getting wild cards.
I got a better one for you that nobody's seen coming. How is Seattle in first place?
Because the NFC West is just shit.
Woo! So let's
get into this. Let's talk about one Thomas Brady. Most people will understand this picture. D, hopefully you understand it too.
Yeah.
Brady has been on some bullshit lately, and I gotta say, it's been watching.
No, it is pure go home and be a family man type shit, yeah.
As the title of the show is, go home. It's like Brady, go home, be a family man. I posted on my Facebook just the bison. This is delicious. Yes, because it's like this man got out of retirement just to be in mediocrity right now, and I'm like,
let's put it like Chris. He struggled. He struggled the previous week. Who they play? Who did they play? They lost to.
They lost to the Panthers. The
Panthers. No. They lost to the Panthers this week. I mean, the week before it wasn't the Falcons. Who they lose to? The Saints. It wasn't the Saints.
Oh, they beat the Falcons barely.
Yeah, they barely beat the Falcons, but that's the problem. Like Tom Brady's been underperforming. Period.
I know most people will say, "Oh, he lost his
period."
That's bullshit because I seen him do with with the Patriots. I don't want to hear
it. You need Chris Godwin. Godwin's there.
Huh?
Well, man, Mike Evans, man. Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in all of NFL. I understand that shit. How he only getting targeted like 7 times in a game. And also
Steelers. So he lost to the Steelers.
Yeah, they lost to the Steelers. That's what they lost to. I forgot. That's what I forgot. But it's even a bigger problem when you're hitting motherfuckers in their numbers and they're dropping balls. Sure, Thomas. But these whiff-ass passes. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this right here? Can we talk about that, Chris?
I mean,
what happened to any of that, Tommy?
Oh, let's be real. Matt Ryan, unfortunately, as Tree said, he's gonna have to be put out the pasture because his show.
I think I really
gotta retire.
I think he is. I think he should. Our boy, one of our friends, Corey, he's a big Atlanta fan, and I put up recently on my little page. I think Tony Romo should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he deserves to go in the Hall of Fame, especially with what he has accomplished already as a broadcaster. I think he can go right in. And Corey brought up a good point. He said, okay, D, but if he gets in, Matt Ryan gets in. And I said, you're fucking right, Matt Ryan goes in. I do feel bad he never won a ring. Matt Ryan more than Romo because Matt was there and Matt had a chance.
The 28-3 looms over his fucking head like a specter.
And here's the shit part about it, Chris. It shouldn't. Not for of all the people on that team, I don't blame Ryan for what happened. I don't. I blame Dan Quinn. I feel bad. Dan is showing you right now in Dallas he needed to be on one side of the fucking ball. So
Dan Quinn was the Wade Phillips of Atlanta.
Oh, Derek Quinn was actually the reason why they lost that Super Bowl. There ain't no way to get around that shit.
Because you're right. Because remember Wade Phillips, once he became the defensive coordinator for Denver, boom, they won a Super Bowl.
He got to sit back. Nah, Dan had it. We got this dynamic. We got Julio. We can win anything. You saw what we did in the NFC Championship. Yeah, they won that thing in spectacular fashion. Y'all should have won the Super Bowl. That's all I gotta say. But yeah,
Brady.
What we see with Brady though, man, was really just shocking. With Brady for me is that everybody's still defending this shit.
Look. I know
he still got fans like that to defend this shit, dog.
I know Baltimore is Baltimore, but you got the Ravens next. And look, as much as the Ravens keep teams in the game,
as much as they already did, come on.
Look. I'm looking at Harbaugh like, yo, Harbaugh, sweep the leg. I need you to do this for the NFL.
That's the funny thing about that. Harbaugh never swept a leg in his life. Number one, say that I'm playing him.
Yeah,
he had
3 opportunities this season, and the Ravens would have had a better record than what they have right now. Ravens should be 7-0 right now. They should be 7-0 right now.
It should be. I know. I think they look. The point is this though. I feel as though that with Harbaugh, even with Harbaugh, man, it's like I don't want to blame him, but I think the whole thing needs to get blown up because when they didn't re-sign Lamar, I was like, okay, so they starting this whole shit over. No, you don't give me no shit that they loading up. Fuck you. No, they not. They ain't. No.
We talk about Thomas Brady doing it. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron, boy, talk about seeing ghosts you don't see ass shit. How is it?
The trifecta of white quarterbacks that whooped his ass 3 weeks in a row.
Man, you love seeing this little Caucasian on Caucasian crime, bro. Look.
It's terrible. I hate to see it. I love it.
Check this out. Now, the Jets beating them. Look, man, I like Zach. I think Zach is going to be a pretty good 79 rated quarterback for the rest of his career. I really think that. So, but you got shit.
Dude. You let Daniel Jones run all over you. Daniel and Saquon run all over you.
Bruh.
Daniel
Taylor
Jones.
Heineke. Taylor Heineke
woke up in the second half.
Taylor
violence.
Freaking Heineke did that. That's what he did. He dog walked y'all niggas. You know what you did? You struggled to get up that field. The second Lazard was out, you ain't had nobody to throw to.
Daniel Jones has the same run.
Real bad when you ain't got Randall Cobb out there to be your fucking valve, huh?
Daniel Jones has the same running speed as Tony Romo running, and he ran close to over 100 yards. That's
you let that your team let that white boy run like a fullback on y'all. Y'all get that. Your defense, you can't galvanize that side. But you know what they always say? We can leave it on the offense. Leave it on offense. Look, did. Y'all had that running back. Y'all wouldn't even have a chance in the game.
They do. They did the same shit that Dallas tends to do.
Aaron Jones is nice. If he wasn't there.
Yo, Green Bay stopped using the running game. And I'm like, why? Why did you stop?
Why did y'all stop running? What did Aaron do in this game to make you say, hey, get us out of this? What's going on in Pittsburgh is the same thing that's going on in motherfucking Green Bay. Y'all ain't got high-end talent to bail you out no more.
What's the place on the defense was out, and all of a sudden the defense just stopped like knowing what is defense? What is defense? I don't know.
Man, and you know what? I did the Green Bay defense. Yeah, the Green Bay defense, the coach and all that. What we're seeing with Green Bay is they're getting exactly what they wanted. This is the second time in my lifetime I have seen y'all let a motherfucking quarterback go up there and tell you what he wants. You give him what he wants, and y'all don't win shit, and then he becomes a problem that you can't get rid of.
That's another guy that's going to probably.
Y'all did it with Brett, and you did it with Aaron. I'm mad y'all did it with Aaron because I used to like him.
Well, they did with Brett, and then they finally told Brett to go fuck himself, and he went over.
But they told Brett to finally go fuck himself. It was too late already at that point, too.
With the Minnesota.
I had to wait a year and a half for Aaron to come. They had to wait for Aaron to warm up, man. Come on now.
Granted, I wish they
Aaron had the same thing that who was it? Peyton Manning had to do. Give me a minute before I start really bombing on these niggas. Hold up. I'm gonna throw a whole lot of picks at first, so give me a second.
Oh man. So,
That's
but
dog.
then you get
Green
this.
Bay used to be good. Green Bay used to be good.
But then you get this, and I laugh because somebody clearly made this up. Everyone relax. It's only week 7. My chakra hasn't been fully calibrated yet. I'm boofing a variety of prescribed crystals to align myself.
Why is he boofing?
I was throwing fade rounds to a centaur last week while folks in the media were writing articles about me. This is funny, but yet that's Aaron Rodgers right there.
Forget about training in high altitude.
Yo, because the media, the media.
You see what it is? You know what it is? This is what happens. Excuses.
Dude, you know what it is, man.
Both of these niggas ain't got no excuse no more.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers, they asked him straight up, like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he tried to be optimistic. I think we have a shot at the playoffs. I'm like, no, the fuck you don't, dude. Have you seen what the NFC is looking like right now?
All right, so here's my thing. What makes y'all think y'all can beat the fucking Vikings right now?
Yeah. Vikings are balling out right now. Like
Vikings are mediocre as fuck, but they're the best thing in your division, and you're nowhere close to it.
What makes you think you can beat the Cowboys right now with that defense? Hate to say it, like Micah Parsons might make Aaron Rodgers' life a little.
Look. You know what, Chris? Let's take it to our team for a second. We're gonna keep it real. Hey, Dak, you better not fuck this up. And I say this as you know me, I like Dak Prescott. I love Dakota Prescott. You better not fuck this up.
Hey, D,
because you know what I mean, Chris. We be riding high. Why this nigga threw 3 goddamn picks to like some sorry ass team? Fuck up the whole NFL flow for us. Hey, Denzel. Obviously, that's some shit. Hey, look, obviously, that's some shit you can't do, but I did it for you. How you doing?
But see, here's the thing, D.
Look at the shit is propped up. Hold on. The shit is propped up, and I love it, Denzel. I love it, man. How you doing, brother?
Fuck you, D.
What I do?
I didn't
running around like you just caught the Holy Ghost, motherfucker.
But here's the thing about Dallas, though. I put that on the play calling. It's like Shannon said it best. If you just stick to just having a balance of running and passing, Dak will be fine. That's all you need.
I give Dak this. I think it was a bit of a little bit of timing, shit like that. Fine.
Also, he finally realized, hey, Dak, hey, when you throw the CD, you get a lot of good stuff, right? Right? Exactly.
I think I can trust him.
Exactly, dog. It's like when he threw, you know what I felt. Maybe I'm just assuming.
What happened when Jason went and leave you, and you just don't trust black men?
You know what I've realized he finally trusted him? When he threw in traffic when CD was double covered and CD just caught it any fucking ways, and Dak was like, all right, I guess I could throw the CD now. And I'm like, yeah, no shit.
I think he should have learned that last year. Remember when CD caught that one hand over like 2 people and shit? I'm like, yo, come on, man.
You know the vibes. You know that man can do that,
Come on, man. This is the same dude who's an MVP to a lot of people. Because when his girlfriend had the phone, that was the funniest thing in the world. I had to explain it to my wife. I like, baby, this girl had the phone. Hello, Mr. Jones. And CD was like, no, bitch, give me that phone. No. I like how his mama was like, baby, you go over that way.
Right.
You don't know.
Go sit down. Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Go on.
CD, this is what I told you about bringing these heifers up in here. CD, oh God. Anyway. But
it's been
Michael Parsons is I think we're really doing it for us is Michael Parsons is a fucking monster, and that just gives us so much opportunity. Leighton Vander Esch, like I said, is having one of the best quiet seasons in the NFL right now.
You saw who Dallas is getting, right?
Rankin, right?
Yeah,
Rankin, right? Yeah.
Which
That's just depth. It ain't like he's gonna. Oh shit, we're gonna be sacking niggas. Nah, it's just depth.
He's
It's
good
just
on the run,
depth.
he's good on the run defense. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, we need that.
Oh, one other person I didn't mention, and I'm gonna sure I say it. He is almost defensive player of the year, at least one of the best linemen of the year. I think he's doing better than Aaron Donald. I think it's motherfucking DeMarcus Lawrence. That nigga's having he's a beast this year, and I love it, man.
Also,
I love it, man. This
also,
is D-Law finally showing out, showing that he worth every bit of that shit that Jerry gave him, man. I love it.
Also, I feel bad for Randy Gregory because he's out for the season. I think he's out for a couple of games for the injury.
I know he's going to be back. He should have been. I don't even know. He ain't back yet. No.
But here's the thing. I need Jerry to shut the fuck up because he's tempting to try to get OBJ, and I'm like, do we have money to get OBJ?
Here's the problem.
I got breaking news.
What?
From Adam Schefter. Chiefs trade their conditional 3rd round pick and 6th round pick to the Giants for wide receiver Kadarius Toney.
Ooh.
Wow, why would the Giants give up somebody like that?
Why would the Giants give up Toney though?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yes.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't heard his name much because every time with the Giants, it's just Saquon and Daniel Jones running. I really haven't heard any of the receivers like that.
He's played this season and stuff like that, but the Giants have been kind of leaning on Saquon a lot more than anybody else. So he's been getting some catches. It's just, why would you give him?
And I guarantee, if you give up in midseason like that, it was probably like, look, dog, you ain't really in the mix like that. Yeah, you got your catches, but KC wants you and they want you from some shit that we can use in the future. Bye. So I understand that. Same thing with James, though. They did the same thing with James Robinson. To
be fair, the Jets lost fucking Bryce Hall, so they needed somebody. So James Robinson is your best bet. So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm mad that the Jaguar was like, here.
Yeah, which sucks because it's like, Jags, you just gave up probably one of your second best.
Gave up.
Why? You just gave up on James Robinson.
They don't want his ass. Why? He tried too hard.
Meanwhile, San Fran got fucking old boy from the Panthers.
McCaffrey,
which
man.
That's very 50-50. That is very 50-50 because while yes, we can look at the Panthers and be like, why would you do that? Same time, McCaffrey has what we like to call he's injury prone.
Yes,
McCaffrey has what I like to call Trent Green syndrome. I know you're good. I know you're good. You ain't gonna. You better click. It's gonna happen.
I mean, so I don't think it's gonna, work out for San Fran because the Chiefs fucking put in work over San Fran.
But then again, I think they did add to their running game, and that was something that they really needed. But at the same time,
Seattle's in first in the NFC West, and it's not San Fran. So best of luck to San Fran because
I think San Fran. Look, here's the funny thing: San Fran's going to make the playoffs, though. I think because there's only going to be one out the South, one out the North, 3 out the East, and 1
out the West.
Hold on. 2. Yeah, it's going to be 8 teams. Yeah. Lord, man.
Maybe 2 out. Yeah, probably 2 out the West. Yeah, probably 2 out the West. Yeah,
gonna be 2 out the West. I'm guaranteeing you right now, man.
Arizona, I don't know what the fuck is going on with them. It's.
Listen, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is on the way out, so daggone well, Kyler is not going to be playing good.
Man, as you already know, the FGC has been talking about. Hey, first off, hold up. I know there's a good handful of athletes that know about the FGC. I'm waiting for. Is there any superstar yet? Like we're gonna look. Is that Devontae Adams? Like, is there any superstar athlete that's like connected to the FGC yet? Anybody yet? No. Cool. I just want to know.
Other than what's his face that played for they used to play for Rick Fox because he has a fucking esports team. That's the only one I can really think of.
God, there ain't no athlete doing the FG. Like, because it just got me last night when I read that whole shit about Walker. I'm like, wait a minute. Why does Walker know all this fucking fighter game lingo? Where did any of this? Like, that threw me off. So I'm waiting for one day. I'm waiting for one day. Candace Parker, you start talking about y'all getting the new Street Fighter.
I mean, here's my thing. So Denzel,
Yes.
the Chargers, Diamond Dogs at 4-3.
I don't want
Do
to
you?
talk about it,
We're already close to halfway through the season. Do you sense wild card playoffs in the mix for them, or what?
I'm praying for wild card. I am praying for wild card.
Because you're not getting first. You know that in the AFC West. You know
No.
that, right? That's
No. I'm praying that we stay in second place. Because let's be honest, with what Denver has with Nathaniel Hackett and Russell and Russ, that's not
Russ
looking
is
good.
rehabbing on the plane, man. He might be a problem.
Hey, y'all, look, he be doing push-ups.
Again, I'm
I
not
got a
really
question.
concerned about
So what is he
Denver.
just like? That owls and shit. Like what the?
Apparently, he was doing knee highs and all
was
that.
doing
shit
knee
in the
highs.
aisles.
In the aisles. So he holding on. So he holding on to to the chairs, doing them knee highs.
You never have this.
Yeah.
Listening to fucking Kenneth Copeland.
Yeah, we got turbulence. Can you sit down?
Listening
And
to
then the
Kenneth
Raiders,
Copeland while
I'm not
working
really.
out.
I'm like I would say the Raiders, like between the Broncos and the Raiders, I'm more concerned of the Raiders coming up from behind and taking second place from us. So like I said, I'm not
I
at
don't
all
believe in
worried
the
about
Raiders. You
Denver.
got more hope in the Raiders doing something. I don't believe in the Raiders.
I do. No. I think the Raiders actually has a good chance of not only passing the Chargers, but when y'all play them again, the Chargers, they are in position to take the second place thing. The problem is the Raiders can't get out of their own way, much like the Chargers can't get out of their own way. Both teams are. It's the same shit from last year.
Right. So like we are down Rashawn Slater. We lost him for the year.
Mm-hmm.
We may get Bosa back.
Oh, I'm being real with you. I'm going to tell you that we ain't never seen the Joey that you want back. He ain't coming back. That Joey's gone. That was 2 seasons ago. He's not coming back, y'all. I'm just being real.
Listen,
he ain't JJ Watt where he can keep that charm. No, he's not.
Like, so Big Bear, like I know we ain't getting Big Bear from like 2 years ago, but if we can get close, to Big Bear, to that Big Bear, I would be okay. Then we have Corey Linsley, our star center. Like we're essentially on our third string center right now.
Really?
We're on our third string center.
That's insane. That is insane.
Mike Williams. We lost Mike Williams for a few weeks because of turf. We lost JC Jackson for the year because of turf.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What's his face from the coach from Seattle was talking about that. Pete Carroll was like, yo, why can't we just go back to grass? Because clearly there's a through line between the turf fucking with these injuries. I'm just saying, can we go back to grass? That would be nice.
A bunch of people look, and I heard that from college football last year and this year. Like, yo, when some of these teams are natural grass, they're fine. A lot of them are, but some of these big colleges, some of these big colleges got that. They got that weird, not that hybrid shit, but that it's clearly fake shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like those are the ones that's tearing up everybody's knees and ankles, man. Yes. Those for whatever reason, I don't know the reason why.
And
it's concrete on top of grass. Well, grass on top of concrete.
So seeing Mike Williams' injury from the game on Sunday, yeah, I kind of about that. I wasn't a fan of that. I
don't know you guys, but I felt every inch of that.
Totally felt every inch of it.
Hey, Denzel, did you say this? If he going to shock, he a bitch. I bet you said that. You going to shock, you a bitch. you pass out, you a bitch.
Nope.
You that one old school nigga that you that one old school dude that got a scar on his face. Nah, I've been there before, cuz Nah,
Yeah.
you better not. You better not.
That one that's like, man, just put some dirt on it. You'll be all right.
Just rub some
You
test on it.
that nigga put some rope, like pour the rubber. You're supposed to pour it on top of the wound. That's how the Robitussin gets in.
But yeah, so it's like we are like, and Keenan Allen is week to week. I don't know if we even have Jalen Guyton. I don't know if we're gonna have Jalen Guyton just as well because it looked like even Jalen was injured.
Can I point out something, Denzel?
What's up?
D, I feel like a white football owner when I play fantasy football because every week I look at Keenan Allen and say, "You useless motherfucker! I can't use you in fantasy football." Every fucking week I put him in fantasy lineup and it goes from questionable to out, and I'm like, "Fuck you, dude."
Remember the last year? You remember?
I feel like an asshole because I should be feeling that way. I shouldn't.
That's like me with Kittle. That's like me with Kittle.
Man,
like the beginning of the week, Kittle could be green light. All of a sudden, Wednesday and Thursday, questionable. And I'm like, God damn it.
Keenan Allen did that shit to me. I lost. I think I'm not gonna say I could have won, but I could have beaten what's his face that one week if I didn't put Keenan Allen in the lineup. I rolled the dice on a questionable, and instead of me changing it, and they waited to the last fucking minute to go on from questionable to out, and I'm like, I hate this.
Man, you're gonna hate me this week, Chris. I'm gonna fuck you up, man. I'm gonna fuck you up, man.
Hey,
I look at my squad, your squad, like Chris about to get 8.
I don't know, man. Hey, look, I got my man back from off the bye week. You know, the quarterback from what's his face from the Buffalo. I got him back. I'm like,
Josh
all right.
Allen.
Got Josh Allen back. I'm like, all right, good.
Oh, and we were talking about all the teams, and when we were talking about when you look at the AFC South, who's coming out the South? It's going to be the Titans, isn't it?
It may be the Titans. It may be the Titans.
That line,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be an asshole. It's going to be the Colts. Don't know why. I don't believe in the Titans. I don't.
You knew it's bad when Jim Irsay came down and was like, no, get that old man off my field. I'm like, yo, they did not do that to Ryan.
We said with Ryan with that shoulder, he got that shoulder injury. It was like, get him off the field. Get him off the field.
Get that motherfucker out of here. I told you. Better not put him. I swear to God.
Put that motherfucker.
Activate his ass. Woo!
I mean, it might be the Titans.
Like I said, I feel bad for Matt, man. I look. It's going to be a hell of a thing when he gets re-signed to Atlanta just to retire next year, man.
Go home, be a family man, dog. Just
go home, be a family man. Don't do what the other two are trying to do. Can you imagine Matt Ryan, year 16, playing for the Browns, struggling?
Because as it stands right now, Houston, Detroit, and fuck it, we're gonna say it. Jacksonville is tank bowling it up.
Washington is too. Don't let that victory over the Packers fool you.
Hey. I'm gonna be real.
To win the Tank Bowl, actually.
I'm gonna be real. If Washington acts right, they might snatch another wild card spot from somebody in the fucking NFC
Bullshit. It ain't that bad. Bro.
It's
that bad with a whole division.
The NFC West is that bad. Look, if the Commanders play their fucking cards right, they could snatch some shit. They could. Oh, they could. They could.
It's the Commanders, man. Come on, man.
The percentage is at 2% on that happening, but goddamn, if that happens.
The percentage of it is 2%, but you know what? There's still a chance.
There's a chance.
I was telling everybody over here, that how sad Washington has been and all the rest of that. And I told myself, like, I was sitting there because I remember I sat there when I picked the Redskins to win. I was like, if they win this shit in real life, ooh, they're gonna be so insufferable. These motherfuckers are not letting me enjoy it because you know why? Washington finally are eating their shit. They're like this. Yeah, we won, but I'm like, has the day finally come? You give me hope? Yes! They let me enjoy it though, man.
my butt
You're too
clenched.
depressed.
My butt clenched when Green Bay was doing those laterals, and I was like, "Don't let Green Bay get a touchdown off this Washington." But at the same time, I was like, "That would be a Washington thing if that happened."
Hey, Chris, I was rooting for it. I was like, they can do this shit. They
They
can
almost
do
there
it.
because if when Aaron Rodgers threw that ball and that dude caught it, he had a goal straight shot to the end zone.
I was laughing because of all the people that threw a perfect lateral and hit the front pass. Goes to Aaron Rodgers. Dude is open.
Game over, yeah.
Hey, Chris, my favorite one of all time. CBS 2. I know that you'll be
back.
you see the static and everything.
Yo, Aaron Rodgers had hope in that throw, and I was like, "Ah, shit, that dude open."
I knew he wasn't gonna make it, Chris, because when Aaron had it, I saw it I'm like, oh my god, he wide open. And the second I saw him throw his arm, I'm like, Aaron's running, and he's been running longer than 10 seconds. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, he's gonna whip this thing.
His stamina meter went down from 10 to 0 immediately when he
started running. Look, I'm gonna keep real talk. Last year, Captain Fat Fuck would have nailed it. I'm not even bullshit. If that was Ben would have nailed it. That's how sad it is. You let the Steven Seagal of football outshine you. You know Ben would have made that.
Meanwhile,
oh.
the Eagles are being very serious about the Eagles are being very serious about stacking their getting into arms war because they got the fucking Robert Quinn from the Bears. And I'm like,
yes, they do.
Shit. I'm like, they're really being serious about getting their fucking defense up because I'm like,
the Eagles have a really good chance to I mean it. They can probably take the whole fucking thing. The way that they're going on a high right now, I know they haven't lost. They're going on a bit of a high right now, but they still have a big chance to be to smack everybody dead in the mouth.
Meanwhile,
they really do.
I feel bad for Roquan Swift because he got very emotional in a press conference when he heard it. And because at first I was like, why is he getting emotional? I was like, well, maybe because that's his friend, and I assumed that because that's his boy, right? And somebody was like, low key, Roquan actually kind of wants out of the Chicago, so. that could be why to a degree too. I'm like,
you did it, dog. Yeah, I agree. I get it.
He did, D. He did this. Press conference. I was like, oh man.
I said it in the group chat, and I'm gonna say it here. I do not like what's happening in Philly. I do not.
Put it this way. The Eagles need a punch in the mouth. Just for some reality check. Just so they know it's real. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying they suck or anything. I'm just saying I feel
this in the World Series. The Eagles is on a high right now. If this continues, if the Phillies win the World Series,
I want the Phillies to lose just to watch the world burn. Fuck the Phillies, all right?
Listen, Philly's gonna burn regardless.
Regardless. Also,
regardless. But if the Phillies win the World Series, and if the Eagles continue on this high that they are on right now, and they win another Super Bowl,
I'm gonna be real with you. That last part's not happening. They're not gonna win the Super Bowl. I just mean that they might have a chance to make it there. They're not gonna win it. No.
It's going to burn.
But here's the funny thing. Also, here's the other thing though. If LeBron comes to Philadelphia and twists his ankle on that fucking court, we're gonna not hear the end of Philadelphia. Yeah, the key to RC. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I like how all three of us we live in a city that has a strong football team, strong traditions, and all the rest of that. And we looked at that and said, "Fuck you." So I'm glad all three of us. You can keep it, bro. I'm all right. Like this is coming from like Denzel. You already know, man. You see how the Eagles are.
Yep.
Let me ask you guys this, because we touched on it briefly with him, working out on the plane. What is up with Russell Wilson right now? Like, is he going crazy, or is he just being Russell, and it's just everybody over exaggerating shit?
I think two things is happening. Number one, he's getting old, and that just happens as a quarterback. He's been in the league how long? I think he's just gotten to that point where he's, I want to say seeing ghosts, because no, Tom Brady is seeing ghosts that ain't dead. Russ is playing like he's been hurt. Like he's playing like he has a serious nagging injury and he's not letting anybody know. It almost comes off like that, but I would lean on that. But then I look at him when he actually makes plays, and I'm like, no, you just suck this year. You just really suck.
You think it's like
I don't see no way getting around that, man.
You think it's like a veteran wrestler that, like, you remember how when Finn signed to WWE, you made the point that Finn, when he had that Universal title match against Seth, and he won it, and then he had to give it up because he was injured. You said it best, like, yo, technically, Finn was injured for a while. It's just the shit caught up for him, and I'm like,
Sometimes you get beat up so much.
And that's why I was like, when you mentioned that thing with Russ, I was like, maybe just a lot of shit's catched up to him. He needs to sit down.
I think that's what it really is.
I think what it is, it's one, like you said, one, he's getting old. He's getting older. So that's that. Two, I feel like as he is someone who has been open about his battles with anxiety and all of that. So I feel like he's masking this whole charade of him with the Broncos country, let's ride, and like
you might be on to something with that.
The Danger Witch sandwich that he had with Subway, and everything that he's doing right now.
That's funny.
It's like a mask, so that way he can, and then on top of that, because of the pivot and Channing Crowder, now you have this new wave of people that are coming down on Russ, calling him a square and a lame and all this stuff. Weird? And he's weird and all this stuff. So you have all this outside stuff, and then he just leaves Seattle. He's in Denver, which I feel like he didn't even want to be there, but they were just the one team that was like, we'll take him. And so here he is. He gets a new deal, like quarter of a billion, and so like you have all this stuff. And I feel like he's masking it with this whole Broncos country, let's ride facade, Yeah.
And then like, everybody for
some reason. I think
I feel like it's his anxiety more than anything, because of, and then on top of that, you come to Denver, where they have history of having winning championships in Denver. Like behind him, you got Elway. Elway got two of them boys. And then you got Peyton Manning on top of that. He got one of them boys in Denver. So you're coming off behind two of the greatest quarterbacks that has ever played the game. And now here you are in their town. So the
looked upon to be as good as them.
Yeah. The expectations is through the roof. Through the roof right now with Russ. And so it's like, I feel like it's anxiety more than anything, and he's just trying to find ways to cope with his anxiety without letting people know that like something's not right upstairs.
Yeah,
I can tell you the one thing that, and they call some people see, like, I don't understand what's so big about it, but a lot of people that know just know. I agree with Marshawn Lynch. When I got a call, when I can't talk to you directly, and I got to call your manager, nah, bro. What the fuck?
I always factor that in of like.
Like I said, here's the funny thing. I will go with what you said, Denzel. But that going out there makes it sound like you're an asshole, or
No.
you're using it to, you know what I'm saying? You know how people are.
Right.
You're using
But that makes
you're
me
using
feel
anxiety as a crutch. Look, I hate doing this. I did it to motherfucking Naomi Osaka. I said the same shit. So I feel like some people will see that shit. You using that as a crutch.
that makes
Get
me
the fuck
feel
out my
like,
face.
but that makes me feel like, because seeing Richard Sherman and Marshawn say that, I was like, well, that just makes me feel like Russ, y'all three were just co-workers, but y'all weren't really close. Y'all like
Right.
Marshawn and Richard Sherman, they come off as very close. Like they were very close.
Mm-hmm.
I think Russ.
I mean, shoot,
they
Richard Sherman went to Oakland with Marshawn and helped out passing turkeys out to help the community.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, like,
I think with Marshawn,
but
I agree with Mar-
but I think with Russ though, I think Russ, they were all colleagues. They all worked together. I don't think Russ had a problem with those two. It was just, hey, they're co-workers, and as soon as they left the locker room, boom, I'm going to my family, and y'all can do whatever. I don't care, whatever, and shit. That's how I felt.
I think at least, and I get where Shannon Sharp said this shit. Marshawn more than anybody, I backed you up, nigga. I made you look good. We went to war together. Like, and Shannon Sharp said this. Yeah, I wish John Elway say, talk to my nigga. Like, I wish. Like, boy, do you know what we did? Like, I'm not saying that, oh, I can call you up and he just pick up the phone. No, we're not saying that. You know what I mean? We're not like, oh, you can talk to me anytime. But, hey, bro, what's up? Hey, man, get with my agent and talk to me later. Yeah. That's just bad. That's from a PR standpoint. That's just bad, bro. That's just a bad look. And here's the thing. I want to go, and I'm going to keep your theme. Yeah, it's probably anxiety. The world's not going to see it that way, and that sucks, man. So that's the thing that sucks. And I'm sorry, you got paid almost $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like it is anxiety, and even in Seattle, like especially after them losing the Super Bowl because they decided to pass and not run. So now, like even in Seattle when that was happening, when it was especially at the height of, like Sierra post Future. Mm-hmm. So now you have all that piling on.
Yeah.
So I feel like the anxiety hit, especially with him talking about, oh, like you need to talk to my agent or talk to my manager. I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that was probably his way of trying to manage his anxiety.
Exactly.
Trying to manage his anxiety by saying, yo, like, and without telling, like his teammates, like, yo, like, I'm not really all there upstairs. So like talk to my people. And then when I'm ready to talk, like, then we can talk and all that stuff. But instead of him saying that, he just says, oh, yo, talk to my manager or talk to my agent. So then these guys are coming out with these stories of, like we had to go through his agent or his manager to talk to him if we wanted to call him on the phone. Like, you guys don't know the full story.
No, that's exactly what it is. That's anxiety. And like I said, unless you stress that to someone, they're not going to fucking know. Because there are people, and Chris knows this about me. D's happy. He's bouncing everywhere. D, you okay? So that everybody has a little, like, I give Chris an indication, like, hey, Chris, this ain't a good day. No. I let people know that shit, but it's hard for some people to do that shit. So I definitely agree with you, bro.
It's difficult for some people to open up about, like anxiety, depression, or any other type of mental stuff. And then when you finally hear people talk about it, then that's when people have that perception of, oh, they're just saying that or blah, blah, blah.
And of all people, Denzel, Marshawn Lynch, who is the openest of all fucking books. Mm-hmm. Hey, bro, what's up? Nah, I don't want to talk to you. Damn, ain't that how anxiety is, nigga? Woo! That's bad. Oh, man, I feel bad for him. You right, man.
Now onwards to the NBA. hot takes in the NBA right now. We're only 5
Oh,
games.
yeah, it's hot takes until look. At Working Title Sports Show, it's hot takes on the NBA until Christmas Day. Because after that, we have to actually use facts.
Because right now, as it stands, the Lakers are shit. Golden State.
Your team is shit, nigga. hey, Denzel, you did it to yourself. You see your leg? That's the Lakers.
Lakers 0-4. You know the Golden State Warriors are mid as fuck right now. The Wizards are fucking flying sky high.
Oh, the Wizards! Look. Kristaps Porzingis is going to have a career year, and the Wizards are barely going to make the playoffs.
No.
I say again, Kristaps Porzingis is going to have his best year of his career. This motherfucker is making every single shot, and the Wizards are barely going to make the playoffs. Chris, it's a good year. It's a good year for us, man.
Prediction. The Wizards are going to make it and not have to do the play-in game.
Are you trying to tell me we're going to be the 7th seed?
No, you have to be.
Fuck it! Hot Take City, yes!
Because you remember, I think, was it 7? I think, isn't it like the first 6 get in? And then 7, 8, 9, 10 play-in games, right?
Or is it 10, 9, 8? Yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7, yeah.
Yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7 play-in. So Wizards are going to probably it's going to probably be on the lower end in 6th place. I can see it. So we'll see. We'll see. We're only 4 games of the season. Milwaukee is 3-0 somehow. They haven't lost yet. So
Portland is at the top in the West.
That's not going to last long.
No. And I will go as far as this. As much as I say the Lakers suck, that 0-4 is not going to be the problem. The problem is going to be, can y'all
Westbrook?
Woo! It ain't even look. Here's the funny thing. Last night,
fragile AD right now.
And LeBron is done trying. He's not going to save the game no more. He's done. He's done with that. Bronny's about to be in the league. He ain't trying to do all this shit no more.
Not doing it. He ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just saw that. AD with back spasms. So I'm like, well, there goes that. Well, AD's back.
I completely forgot John Wall's with the Clippers, and Clippers are doing pretty decent.
Oh man, I'm so happy for John Wall. He looks good. He looks good. And I hate to say this, Chris, because I don't like him. I hope the Clippers make it to the finals. I say this because I love John Wall. I want them to make the finals, man.
Hey, we're already in hot.
Because look, it's so funny. All of DC is like, get your ring. Like, we know he's gonna come back. Look, we know he's gonna come back, do the waving at the crowd, put up his. We already know that. So like, get your ring with them.
Hot Take City for NBA Finals prediction. It's a dream match, but fuck it.
You wish.
Wizards versus Clippers, so we can get Beal versus Wall. If we can get Beal versus Wall, that would be excellent.
I hate you because the NBA is not going to take advantage of it. And so many motherfuckers, man, this is so mediocre. Nobody wants to see Beal and John Wall play.
Meanwhile, all of us in DC are going to be glued.
NBA.
All of us in DC gonna be glued to the TV, like, oh shit, Beal and Wall playing. Goddamn,
I will say this though. Like I said, it's great to see them. I am really, and I mean this. How scary are the Clippers going to be when Kawhi get back? That's what I want to know. How fearsome they going to be when Kawhi is running at 100%, and that whole team, because that team looks nice. And last year, I was glad I got shut up. Playoff P is actually Playoff P. I'm proud of him. I am so proud. Y'all don't understand it, because I was about to give Paul George every single award ever known to man, and all of a sudden he just went to a shell for 4 years, and I just thought it would never go. This motherfucker was forced to be a player last year, and he did it in flying colors. I'm
Mhm.
excited for the nigga. I'm
But,
excited
but
for him, man.
so guys, guess who is slowly trying to work himself into playing Mr. Ben Simmons. He's trying.
I thought he
Kyrie
was
Irving.
already out there playing like that.
Oh, he is playing like that, but last night, Kyrie had to yell at him to shoot the fucking ball. So that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
That's gonna be a problem, Kyrie. Man, you're dealing with Bruce Bowen, man. Come on, man. You look, shots are not going to be at a premium with this nigga. So I don't know why you think that's going to happen, man.
Hey, he thought yelling was going to work, and I'm like, you can't yell at Ben.
Look, I get it. Because he has the potential to score 35 points, and Ben Simmons do, I get why everybody wants him to shoot, but maybe that ain't his path. Maybe, and I hate saying this, maybe it's just being Charles Barkley, nigga. Maybe that is all you need to do: get rebounds and close dunks. Because I'll be real with you, he's really great. I told you as always, Ben's great on defense. Great on defense. I love the Bama on defense. It's the second the ball goes the other direction. Why are you playing like D? Why are you playing like me? Like, yo, what the hell?
You see somebody near the court, and shit, and drop.
Nah, me, I dribble too fast. When I do the dribble, and the ball goes flying that way. I hate it. Look, dog, I hate that so much about my basketball life.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is the New York Knicks is giving hope to that fan base, and I'm like, don't do that to that fan base.
Don't worry. Don't worry. The Knicks will turn them into the Knicks very soon. Don't worry. Also, just going to let it out there. I don't know why Knicks fans really think Obi Toppin is going to be the way to get out of this. No, he's not. No, he's Ricky Davis at best.
Why are you snatching? Why are you snatching their hope, D, like that? You don't. Why you?
Because I got to. God rest the soul of my cousin, who was a big Knicks fan. I have to. I fucking have to. I told it to him, nigga. I do it every day. I don't care. I hate the Knicks.
I don't know, man.
Eddie Curry, I hate y'all even more.
I'm kind of like this with the Knicks because what they did to fucking Jeremy Lin. No, what they did to Jeremy Lin with how it's weird how the Knicks did Jeremy Lin dirty the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
I felt some way because I'm like. So he got your team into a pretty good position, and all of a sudden you're like, we're good. We don't need you. And I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah,
like,
did
damn.
him dirty.
I never understood that either. I thought Jeremy Lin was never a great player, but the fuck on. That was a great bench.
He was a solid bench. He was a solid bench player.
I mean, even when he went to the Lakers and Kobe, even when he was with the Lakers, Kobe was like, he's not bad. Fuck it. All right, cool.
Let the motherfucker run. He already out there. Let him run. He know how to run the court, man. Like that's the one thing I never understand about the Knicks. And even if, and I think I get it, he wasn't going to be the leader that you wanted him to be. I totally understand that. He's not going to push the hats and the jerseys you wanted, but he was an asset. And hindsight being 2020, taking him off the starter taking him away from the starter actually lowered his value and made him not hit the potential I think he was going to hit. I'm not saying he was going to be an all-star, but god damn it, man.
Yeah,
y'all took the juice out the dude, man.
But because of the situation in New York, where it was like they were catering more to Melo than anything, that it was like, all right, Jeremy, you had your fun.
Either Lin or Melo, which one is it?
Right. You filled in for Melo when he couldn't play, so now we got Melo back, so you can just go ahead and sit back in the corner.
Yeah, we're not going to try to integrate you into any of the offense. We're going back to square one again. All right, fellas, let's play fourth place basketball.
Oh, we have to talk about the light skin on light skin violence between Devin Booker and Klay Thompson. That was fucking hilarious.
Klay Thompson has become a hentai villain overnight for me. Like, honestly, for real. Honestly, this nigga has been, and I say hentai villain as unnecessarily evil. Like you don't need to be shitting on people the way you do. But then it hits me. It did hit me, Chris. Yeah, you don't need to be shitting on people like that, Klay. And then it hits me. Oh, you got full.
Here's what they do.
Do your thing, light man. Do your thing, light man. I can't be mad.
Klay, it's like Klay. You're 4 games into the season. Easy. All right. Just
I know.
Easy.
But at the same time, it's like, you know
Also-
what? Fuck it. Let niggas know. Let them know. Let them know
Also-
off the brink.
Also, Devin, I understand you got to make it. You got to make a point because y'all flopped in the fucking playoffs against Timberwolves. You might want to air that ire at the Timberwolves instead of Golden State, but okay, no, actually no, the Mavericks because you let the fucking
Mavericks take 'em out.
you let the guy that eats chicken McNuggets fucking dunk on y'all motherfucking asses.
Man, like I said, Luka, that was amazing. Bodies. I'm like,
Hey, the
bodies on niggas in the first quarter. I ain't never seen a performance like that. I'm mad that a white man did it like that because that was whoop.
That was D. I said it when we did the show. That was racism. All right, you can't do that. You can't do that. That was pure racism. The look that he gave Devin Booker, I was like, that's racism. I can't prove it. That's racism.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
That's pure. If he does that shit again to him in the playoffs, I'm gonna laugh even more. Like, you let that man do it to you again.
Now, I am worried about the Heat. I am not the Heat on the Suns. I am worried about the Suns in the sense of they really are not going to get any better than this, are they?
Hey, look,
I don't think so.
Look, I'm looking at the Timberwolves like, you let that white boy fucking style on y'all motherfuckers. Did you the other night when they were up on them by 30 points and the third quarter wasn't even done yet. And I was like, damn. Like, what the fuck? Like,
but here's the problem I have with the problem I have with Luka and Joker is that y'all real nice in the season with that shit. And I feel when you get to the playoffs with it, it's just you and nobody else. And that's always a problem.
Well,
but also at the same time, everybody runs out of juice, man. So,
in Luka's case, he has KCP. He's the only other person that'll step up because, Bertans for some reason just says, I don't know how to shoot threes, so I'm just going to chill.
Yeah, man, it's been nice, man. You better get Dinwiddie to do this shit, nigga, because I ain't.
Wow.
I forgot Dinwiddie's on that squad, too.
Dinwiddie, the only chance of getting anybody that can score as much as Bernson's actually pretty good, too, man. Bernson's actually pretty good. I really kind of downplay how great of a player he is, man.
But it's like, dog, it's like you had time to shine when you were with the Mavs and it didn't happen. I'm like, fuck, like what happened?
Oh man, don't turn to fuck, what's his name? T. Don't turn to Jeff T.
No. Let's look at the MLB. First off, fuck the Yankees. I'm glad their asses are out. Thank you.
Second of all, Pedro Martinez asked y'all niggas a question, and I ain't heard one Yankee answer him back.
What was the question, D?
Are you okay? Oh God! You know what's great when a Red Sox is rooting on another team to kick your ass. Chris, one of your favorite lines from Players Club was, "Did you at least pinch the bitch?" They didn't. Not even. Houston fucked them up. Chris, it was all right. First off, last week, I saw an incredible game where Houston took motherfucking Seattle to 19 motherfucking innings, and I sat and watched every one of them. Impressive game. I told myself they ain't gonna have no gas against the Yankees, and what do they end up doing?
They had gas.
Yankees almost didn't make. Listen, and I always need to throw this out here. The Yankees dropped 2 games to the Cleveland. They dropped the game. I know they dropped that one game to Cleveland. They had no business dropping when they got that home run at the end of the game. When they got the motherfucking the scores at the end of the game. But no, the Yankees they was building up to this shit, but getting swept. I thought Aaron Judge. All y'all had to do was kick, and I thought that was all y'all had.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's real funny? That bullpen disappearing. Ooh, that's very funny.
here's my thing.
That mediocre bullpen it is disappeared. I told everybody age.
I got the Astros taking the World Series.
Just because I don't like, just because I'm a Nationals fan, fuck Philly. So yeah, I have. Oh God! Oh, you want me to?
Because your boy's with the Phillies now. What's his face?
Who?
I was with the Nationals. He went to the Phillies.
What, Bryce?
Yeah.
What? I don't want that motherfucker to win nothing. I want him to suffer. That's what you get for leaving DC. I mean, I love Bryce Harper.
Hey, he won the Nationals World Series, so it's all right, cool.
Yeah, he actually kind of did. Him leaving made us win. But still, with that being said, come on, Bryce. You shouldn't win this. You don't need to win it.
I got the Astros winning though, because they have been on a fucking tear.
And then you want to force me to play root for a team that real talk. I am one of those fans that understand that cheating happens on every play in baseball. And I can actually overlook that shit, because even with you hearing the bangs and all that, you still have to have the skill to hit a fucking change up, to hit a motherfucking fastball and all that at a moment's notice. You still need that fucking skill. So yeah, it's still fucking cheating. I'm over it though. But at the same time, it's like none of y'all motherfuckers is this great. And then they proceeded the whole fucking season to shut me the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
Altuve is one of the best motherfucking hitters I've ever seen in my life. I love him, man. Oh my God. So this team is nasty.
Yes,
Houston's gonna win it. Houston's gonna win. Houston's gonna win. I want them to win.
Has a point to make this in this World Series. Like they're gonna do everything they can to beat Philly, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be close. I'm gonna say Phillies in, because they go to 7 games, right?
Yeah, they go to 7 games.
They go to 7. Okay.
Yeah, best of 7.
I'm gonna say Phillies in 6.
I got Texans and I got the Astros in 5.
Like you said, Texans.
I'm about to say Texans. I got Astros.
No, because I would have did the same thing. That's why I laughed.
Yeah, I got Astros in 5.
I'm going for fucking Yahtzee. They getting swept.
So 4 games in a row. God damn.
No, if they get swept 4 games in a row, if they get swept, I'm being real. Check every single bet that the fucking Astros got right now. In fact, part of me's already telling them. You know how you hear stories years later about investigations and people getting found out, and it's always like something little, like something's telling me in that sweep, there's like a doctor that was watching the game going, what's that? And like 5 months from now, we hear about like them niggas cheat. What?
All of a sudden, you see a special on SB Nation's YouTube channel about it.
So Altuve get booed again, get death threats. Man, this can happen to me twice in a lifetime, man. This is.
So I gotta ask you. So we're going to college football. Me and D last week we talked about the Alabama catching that L from Tennessee. Greatest.
I loved it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
This week, Alabama was like, we ain't gonna let that happen twice, and they kicked the shit out of Mississippi State. They were not letting that shit happen again.
Man, we ain't no bitch ass niggas.
Yeah, that's really what that game was. It's like, nah, man, we ain't doing that.
Nick Saban was like, you make them suffer.
Clemson almost got upset by Syracuse. That was a good
game. Yes, they did. They need to be thanking the good Lord that didn't happen, because Syracuse, I didn't know they was this good this year, and I laughed at the fact that they were ranked, and I was like, you know what? Let me see how great. They ain't that bad. They're not that bad, and they deserve to be ranked. And guess what, Clemson? Quit fucking around. Y'all need to quit fucking around. They can keep these teams in fucking games like this, man.
Meanwhile,
that's the one thing I didn't notice with Clemson. They have kind of lost that stomping on your neck power that they used to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's I mean, and that's the thing too. When I was watching it, it was like Clemson should be up by more than this. I don't know why, but they should be more than this. But something got to give.
I'm gonna have to, I'm looking at all the scores because I
Ole
didn't
Miss,
I didn't get to see none of the games last week, man.
LSU came in there and threw their dicks on the table at Ole Miss and said, "Oh, you think you're undefeated now? Bet."
Fuck all
And
that
they
shit.
proceeded to kick their teeth in. LSU.
Same thing goes for Kansas, who was ranked, and Baylor is like, slow down.
Easy.
Hold up now.
Chill, bro. Chill. I see what you're trying to do, but it ain't gonna happen. You sit down there, Chief. Meanwhile, Jackson State just beating up on all these little black colleges like this. It's just dirty.
Does Jackson State get any sort of bowl opportunity?
They're definitely going to get a bowl
I
opportunity.
think it's the Freedom Bowl. I think it's the Freedom Bowl where it's the winner, the champion of the SWAC, goes up against the MEAC.
Oh,
yeah, there's that one. There's that one.
It was like a bowl.
Nah, I don't think they get a bowl game.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Oh,
I think they're going to get a bowl, but they're going to definitely get a bowl bid. Like, I can see them playing one. Yeah, they finally play a big college game.
And get stomped.
Over there don't play nothing like. Over there don't play like Kentucky, and Kentucky drags them. I hope it ain't nothing like that. I think it's going to be something like that.
Maryland came close to losing against Northwestern, and I know
I actually saw that game. They should have lost it.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Maryland, y'all look.
I know.
Y'all fucking up too much.
I know Tua's brother was out, and we had to go on lean on Billy Edwards. He did his best.
Billy ain't that bad, but Billy, he clearly is like, there's a reason why you ain't out here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, because it was getting shaky. It was getting shaky at one point. I'm like, hey, Maryland, this is Northwestern. They ain't that good. What are you doing?
Shout outs to seeing Big E on College Game Day being Big E. It was wonderful. It was cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa got their head crushed by Ohio State.
I believe it.
52, what was the score? 54 to 10. I turned off the game when I turned off the game in the third quarter. I mean, the second quarter when it was only once, it was like 7 to like 28. I was like, game over.
Oh, also because it was homecoming for Howard this past weekend. They beat the shit out of Delaware State 35-17. So,
and you know what? I will give it this year. This year there was more buzz for the homecoming than it has been the last few years, and I'm talking football wise, and not just the event. Because Denzel, that's the one thing you need to do. If there's one thing you need to do in our city, come down here during Howard's homecoming week. It is the most blackety black, most beautiful black shit you will ever see in your life.
I made the mistake Friday night because it was just.
Why did you go out that way, nigga?
No. What it was is me and my girl, we were driving through, and that's what it was. I had picked her up from the airport Friday, and I was like, she lives in Silver Spring, and I was like, oh, you know what? We're leaving from National Airport. I'll just cut through DC, straight shot to Silver Spring because she lives close to the DC side of Silver Spring. I'm like, all right, bet.
Fuck you do that for, nigga?
Driving past there, and I get, and it's a straight shot. But anyways, driving straight there, all of a sudden traffic, and I'm like, what the fuck is there traffic on Friday night? And then I saw a bunch of black folks walking towards Howard, and I was like, fuck, Howard homecoming. They're having parties on Friday night. Damn it.
Nah, here's the dead giveaway, Chris. No, I know what it really was. That's what you did. The fuck all these people out here? God damn, look at them cheeks. Woo, there's another. Oh, fuck. It's homecoming week.
For the peripherals. I wasn't staring. The peripherals. Peripherals. But you're right, though, because it was like, shit, Howard homecoming.
Where all these bad bitches come from? That one look kind of young, but yeah, Chris, that's how we are now. She look kind of young, but yeah, this is. It's homecoming week. I forgot about that. And
that's on top of the fact that
one of the best things ever happened. Me and my boy, I never forget. We was driving through DC, and I remember for whatever reason we didn't know that it was homecoming week, and we was always on the radio. That's what kills me. So we went when we was going up. They was like, "Oh shit, it's homecoming week!" Like, yeah. I'm like, hey nigga, park over there. And we just I miss being single and young. I miss that. I will say that. That type shit I do miss, man. That shit in my 20s I do miss, man. But yeah.
I mean,
But how homecoming was, like I said, for the
almost
football,
defense.
this was the best year wise where everybody was like, oh, Howard. Who they playing? Delaware State. We gonna fuck their ass up. And I'm like this. I'm like, Howard, y'all just lost last week.
I mean, I would say this. Even Bowie State's homecoming game was fun to watch because I actually went to their homecoming game.
Really?
Yeah,
They didn't broadcast that shit, did they?
Nah, I don't think they
I'm
broadcast.
about to say, they CIAA, man. Did they get broadcast? I was like, hold up, did they?
Nah,
Oh, shit, man, that would've been impressive,
It
man.
was actually fun. It was actually fun to actually watch and stuff because my cousin went to Bowie State playing the football for him, so I kind of went with him there and stuff. So it was fun. You know, they played what was it? I think they played they played the Livingstone Blue Bears.
Mm-hmm.
So they beat them. I think they beat them 50-7.
Livingstone.
Yeah, Livingstone.
Golly, it's been years since I heard that name of a college.
Yeah,
Livingstone.
Livingstone.
Yeah,
There's a
Livingstone.
name I haven't heard in a long time.
Like, you know, there's like some colleges, you just hear that name.
Livingstone College. It is in Salisbury, North Carolina. It is.
Yeah, I was about to say who that was in Carolina. They were like, I know it was a Carolina school.
It's affiliated with the African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Mm.
Now that's still it's not a H. It's considered a HBCU. That is a HBCU.
Yes,
So it is.
HBCU.
I'm looking for something else. I'm looking at somebody else. Yeah, but yeah, that is.
Yes, HBCU. Yeah. It's it's definitely it's a college. It's they have over their student body is pretty good size. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have over 2,000 students at their school. So it's a small college.
So far, wait a minute, what is this? Wait a minute, that can't be the whole division. That ain't the whole division.
What?
I'm trying to find the standings for the MEAC, man. For whatever reason, I can't find it.
Hold up, I think I can find it because it's.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They took a bunch of teams out the MEAC. That threw me off. I forgot about that. So far in the MEAC right now, overall, nobody's winning the conference right now, but Morgan State is 0-2 in the conference, so they're pretty much already done.
Howard's in the running.
Howard is 2-5.
But they're 1-0 in the conference. Aha.
But the best team, I will say, is Central North Carolina. They're 5-2 in the conference right now, but they really are the best team.
Well, Central and Delaware State and Central are the only two over 500 teams.
Yeah, and Delaware State just lost to a 1-5 team. Jeez. Damn, man.
Jackson State's 4-0. Southern Jaguars are probably close. Prairie View and Florida A&M and Alabama A&M are like the ones in the SWAC. So, you know, it's definitely the SWAC. The SWAC. Who is SWAC?
Now you know what? The only thing I will say that I was looking at some of Jackson State's game, and I was saying to myself, somebody's gonna freak out if Dion signs a white boy to that team. Somebody's gonna be mad as shit, not knowing that black colleges have done that before.
I could have sworn I've seen him post about like white players on.
Well, the first time I ever seen like a real big HBCU game go down, it was the famous one because he's always broadcasted Southern versus Grambling. And what threw me off was not only in the game, one of the wide receivers was a white boy. I was like, what? I think he played for Grambling. And I was like, what? My dad was like, yeah, they got a couple. My dad's like, yeah, we just because it's a black college doesn't mean they don't let white people in there. Not a lot of white people sign up for it. So it's always funny when you see it. But here's the kicker though, Chris.
Yeah.
The Bell Bands, of course. Bell Bands starting all this shit. Southern University, the trumpeter. Fat white boy. Fuck my head. I mean, white people do the stuff that black people do. What?
No. You know what? Look, let's keep it real here. You know, we all of us being black men and such. The discussion of HBCUs and white people attending it. I didn't realize there's still like a small segment of black folks that feel some way about white people attending HBCUs. I thought that was I didn't know that was a thing until like I saw a conversation on my Facebook from a couple of my friends, and there were people that were commenting on like I don't like white people at HBCUs. I'm like, damn, like you act like they're taking over or something. But
I always say I asked my dad about that. They're like they're trying to. I remember asking my dad about that a long time ago. He said they want an education. And it was one of the things. It was an early lesson. It was real talk. It was an early lesson that I learned in life, where my dad was like, so if we tell them they're not allowed there, how does that make us any different than them? And I learned that very early off of that shit. And for seeing a fat white boy play the trumpet in the Southern Marching Band.
I mean, because you know what it was
so bad. I was like, that can't happen. My dad like, yeah, nigga, it can. Because they weren't allowed. What?
Because even beyond that, like it was a conversation even after Howard's homecoming about like the nature of like, oh man, I can't believe everybody sits there and just comes up to Howard's homecoming. They don't attend Howard and stuff. Why didn't they go to HBCU? And I had to tell somebody, I'm like, all right, look, man, you gotta understand, like everybody has a rhyme or reason for the schools they choose. Like I even told them, I was like, look, if Capital,
that's privilege right there.
But that's
first off, privilege.
But I was like, look. If Capital didn't throw a scholarship my way, I probably would have went to Howard.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
I mean, that's just what it is.
If I was more, I'll say, mature for like educational wise, like when I was in high school, I would have went to either Cheney or Lincoln. I would have went straight to a HBCU. I would have either Cheney or Lincoln.
Like you said,
yeah, that shit, man. Like for me, it was. I wanted to go to I didn't know what college I always still to this day, but now I want to go to Maryland. But back when I was a kid, I didn't know where I wanted to, but I knew it was going to be a black college. And just real talk, and it's part of my whole shit. I thought it wasn't good enough to make it anywhere, and because Howard had this prestige about it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Howard University and all this shit. 2 years later, 2 years later. I'm partying there with people that I went to high school with, and I'm thinking, oh, y'all niggas don't know shit. Y'all don't learn nothing. but that being said, though, when I hear that shit, I was like, nigga, I live in DC. I'm more Howard than you are, so shut up.
Because my thing is, this is like you get
like I get it. Every person that go to Howard University, you are now a Washingtonian somehow. I understand that. Chadwick Boseman still is technically a DC, is a Washingtonian somehow. I get it, Howard. Shut the fuck up. I actually lived here.
It's just
I always laugh at shit like that, man. But yeah, I think what it is.
All right.
I think what it is, we've seen this word a lot of time in the last 10 years. White people in black spaces. And yes, I get that's an issue, but there's some things like, shut up. No, shut up. It's not white people coming in here going, how can I make the Negroes fight each other? It's nothing like that.
There are literally some white folks that they're in these black spaces because they actually listen to me. These are for the Hoteps and the Black Israelites. Sometimes white people like to join the black spaces because maybe they want to have a respect for the culture. Maybe they want to learn about the culture.
That too.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to educate themselves on the culture. I'm just saying.
Like some people, like I get it. The FBI, look, I get it. The FBI came went to the black feminists and fucked it up for everybody. I get that. There's a thing that happened.
The FBI infiltrated the Crips and Bloods, and now this is what we have.
The only thing I will say about
I get it. The FBI walked right over to the Black Panthers. Y'all niggas want guns? Stupid.
The only thing out of the conversation that I totally understand is how I saw somebody brought up, he's like, oh, now everybody loves HBCU. And I was like, okay, explain this, because that's a very broad statement. He's like, yeah, I just don't like the fact that now all of a sudden companies want to make shoes for HBCU schools now all of a sudden because it's profitable. I was like, okay, you know what? That's a valid point. That's a valid point.
It's a valid point. It goes into
it's a valid point, but it's murky though.
It is because one main reason. That's why I started biting my lip. Tom Joyner, 20 years ago, started pushing the living crap out of HBCU before anybody else had to. The reason why I got to this point is because Tom Joyner said, no, we're spotlighting all these places. And guess what? Got bigger to what it is now. I get it. I really do get it. Some of this shit is like, they've been around for almost 200 years.
Yes.
We can attend them. You know that, right?
And it definitely blows some of these black people's minds when they find out that there are white people in these Divine Nine fraternities and sororities.
That's the shit that gets me. Now, okay. I want to see a white boy that's a Q. I know that exists.
There is a Q. There is a white Q. There is a white Q, literally. Actually, Ricky Smiley had a white Q on his show. His TV show that was on for like a season and a half. There was an episode where Ricky's son was pledging to be a Q, and this white boy comes into the house and was like, I guess, talk about like some like updating the security system or so. He sees the sign. He goes, I know you was a Q. And he throws up the sign. And Ricky goes, ain't no white Qs. And then this white boy starts doing the Q dog stuff. And Ricky's like, so I know because I know Ricky is down for the Qs. He is purple and gold out. He will not be okay with some white guy perpetrating as a Q. So the fact that he had white boys on his show doing Q dog stuff, I was like, oh no, that's legit.
Yeah,
there are some white Qs.
That counts. This is like the one thing I always say. The one thing I always said though with Qs, man, is that like they're weird. They're just like they're weird. I know white boys would be attracted to that shit.
I have seen a white Q. I have seen white Kappas. I have not seen a white man like rock the colors of an alpha.
I don't think you ever will. I've seen only one white woman be a Delta.
I have seen white Deltas. I have seen.
If you see a white AKA, I need a picture because I don't believe that. A white AKA, I don't believe. White Q, I will believe that all day. A white AKA, I need a picture.
I'm trying to think. Have I seen a white AKA? I don't think I've seen a white lady as an AKA.
It's like that joke on Futurama, man. Like Professor Farnsworth, Boulder Dash. He'll give me a bag of his droppings, or it never happened.
I've never seen a white man pledge Sigma.
That would be funny, man. That'd be funny. But I think it's like, but that's the whole thing, man. Like seeing white people in black colleges, and like I said, I don't expect, but I think that would be weird as shit. Imagine, if you will, Deion, like, yeah, we got one of the best linebackers in the country to come here. Like to say hi to David McCluskey. It's gonna be great play for Jackson State.
Why'd you get this white boy? My son could have been on Deion's team.
So you mean to tell me? So you got a white boy who's a blue chip, but you couldn't get my son, Deion? Knowing Deion, your son only ran that 40 at a 4.6, and I cannot have him.
I expect excellence on my team.
I expect excellence from my brother. Now this white boy over here, he gonna give us the edge that we need.
No. It's gonna be like this. He gonna be like, listen here, Mama. I told your son. I told your son that if you're gonna be on my team, then you can't be wearing no jewelry while in uniform. And he was like, well, what if I just have a little stud? And I said, no. No jewelry while in uniform. he didn't want to listen. But you see Kyle over here.
My man said
Kyle and
Kyle.
Mama and them
Plus,
understood that when I say I expect excellence, and I gave them the list. Glory to God. Glory to God. They said, you know what, Prime? We gonna listen to the darn meat that you got. We gonna listen. Cause you know if you Prime, I'm sorry.
you
Prime
know,
uses his hands. So
Oh my god.
nah, no, the shit that get me. Here's what he go.
glory to God.
That recruit. He does all 4 years at Jackson State. He's sitting there at the graduation and got the dashiki in his motherfucking. Oh boy, he get a Kyle McCluskey. The whole Kyle.
That's gonna be the first white boy to have Alpha Phi Alpha things on his over his robe.
All right, here's the best part. Who's his girlfriend? Oh, it's a white girl.
So
You know it.
so,
You know it.
on the WWE end, Bray Wyatt is back.
Yeah,
back.
on the wrestling side of things.
Bray is back. I'm kind of curious to see what is going to come of Bray and what he's going to do.
Yeah. With what I love what was happening. Like 2 weeks ago, he did that promo where it was like where it was teetering the line of is this
Real
Bray
or
talking
cheap?
or is this Wyndham Rotunda talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking about, like, I
Brilliant.
lost my way, I lost people, I lost 2 of my closest friends, and people was like, yo, he talking about Brody on that one. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, we already know that.
yeah. And then and then last week he cut a promo and it was like, oh, so it was like, okay. So like I kind of like the idea of what they're doing, where it's like this Bray is this version of Bray went to therapy.
Yeah, no, this is therapy, and everything just worked out for him. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
No, this version of Bray used better help. And used a promo
I think
code.
this version of Bray, personally, I think he's even more nuts.
And I was gonna say, and now with Triple H at the helm, I think Triple H understands the way that Bray's brain is working, especially with how he wants to have the character.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is going to be the best version of Bray that we have had since he debuted as Bray Wyatt.
I will say this though, and I mean really real. And I mean this with a lot of shit, and this is going to be the big thing for WWE, period. How much of Vince's foot going down was actually fucking needed? And that's the interesting thing I want to see. With some shit, I can already tell Vince would never say yes to that. Vince would never say yes to that. You know, some of the shit is like, and God, I forgot one segment they did, and here's me. Yeah, Vince would say, "Fuck no." That was boring. It was something that was, I forgot. It happened on SmackDown where it was like, Vince would never put that on television. I forgot what it was, man. But certain, just more is more than just names coming back. So I always like wonder like how storylines that we knew that got chopped in half because Vince didn't like shit. You ain't got that person doing that no more. Like you said, it's somebody that knows everybody's nuance way better than Vince. Because Vince didn't care for your nuance. All he cared for was how much money is going to get me. Now you got somebody that's caring for your nuance and how much money is going to get me. So, so that's how.
And he sees, and Triple H knows which nuances can actually draw money. So that's why, like, he's bringing back certain people. Like, he brings back Bray Wyatt because he knows how Bray Wyatt, the nuance of Bray Wyatt from the NXT days. So, and he knows that was a big deal. So he's gonna bring, and he knew that it was a big deal when he was called up to the main roster. So he's bringing him back, and he's like, "Listen, we gonna let you do your thing, and it's like, let's go.
We didn't mention this last week, but I'll mention this now. A couple weeks ago, we lost the great Antonio Inoki. And I didn't know that Shinsuke left to go to the funeral. I didn't know that I put on Wrestle Corner the footage for the funeral. I didn't know that Shinsuke went over there. So it is one of those things. It's cool, but at the same time, it's sad to see that the two people you see carrying his coffin right there is Tanahashi and Shinsuke. And it's really cool to see because I see the people that was in that room. I was like, Inoki made that person. Inoki made that person. Inoki made that person. Inoki made that person. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's sad though. You know what I mean? It was really sad though, but it was like cool. It was like it was a weird cool. You know what I mean? But it was like, man's gone, man. He's a god now at this point. So I was like, well, Shinsuke. Then Shinsuke came back in NXT last week. I just did one quick match type of thing. But the question, everybody's like, oh, Shinsuke go back to NXT. Like, chill. Y'all don't want to go back to NXT. I mean, Shinsuke is actually going to knock people out again. You don't want him to do that.
You don't want those problems.
Actually, I would love to see him and Grayson go at it. I would love to see him and Grayson go at it. I would love to see the Creed brothers fuck his ass up just so Shinsuke can come back and fight both of them. But whatever.
It's been so number 2. The Rock's kid is in NXT officially now, and I'm like,
oh yeah, Simone. I mean Ava Raine.
Yeah, Ava Raine. Best of luck, Ava.
I'm glad that they debuted her in NXT with Schism, and they didn't just
throw her into the women's championship. They didn't throw her in the women's
even if I think if they threw her in there by herself, there was going to be a chance of pressure. Putting in her group lessens that. You know what I mean? It gives you kind of wiggle room to kind of figure out who you are.
Like they didn't skyrocket her to SmackDown and have her join the Bloodline.
See, that's fans that do that shit. They'll be like, put her with the Bloodline. I'm like,
right. I'm like, no,
wrestle.
Like this one, like Ava, like let Ava do her own thing.
That's what Dominic Mysterio should have been. It should have been
exactly.
I think with Dominic was. I think Dominic was it was a combination of fucking COVID and it was a combination of COVID and it was a combination of shit. Keep him on television. Keep him on keep him on television.
Also a
but here's the bullshit about that. We both, all of us know this. The bullshit behind that, Vince. You can send that boy down to Orlando. You can send him down there. He ain't doing nothing this month. You can send him down there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Of course, he didn't want to do it.
I don't know, man. Like to me, personally, I got this. A part of me's telling me though. Triple H already told Dominic, all right. So at the Survivor Series, we end all this. Your ass is going to NXT. No, I don't want to hear nothing about it. You're going right down there.
Oh God, yeah.
No, you don't. Those three got something else to do without you. So we're into this. I got a part of me thinks that Triple H has the exact same no that Vince has, though. You know, despite him being more lenient, more open to shit and all that, I think when Triple H says no, he fucking means it. Like, no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like
what did I just fucking say? No.
What's his face from AEW thought he was coming back to WWE, and he did.
I was gonna say what you mean?
I thought he had a friend.
Oh, Bobby Fish.
Bobby saw fucking all the other two go, and it's like, oh shit, maybe it's my turn. Nope.
So let me get this shit. All right, now the funny thing about this is over in Ring of Honor, not Ring of Honor, AEW just signed the last good thing that was in Ring of Honor, which was the Kingdom, which is Taven and Mike Bennett and Homeboy ain't there no more. I forgot the other dude that used to be a part of Kingdom, and of course Maria is going to be a part of it. And I sat there and myself like, y'all like 5 years too late for this shit.
Oh yeah.
Look, this is, and I said this before when we talked about wrestling before. Matt Taven should have been in NXT a long time ago because I knew he was going to be spinning his wheels at Ring of Honor. I knew it was going to happen The one problem I have with Ring of Honor is that a lot of their wrestlers that are Ring of Honor people, they stay there and just do this, just spin their wheels, and I hate that, man. They should. A lot of them should be a whole lot bigger, but they don't make it. Whatever. But yeah. Oh yeah. Also, Britt Baker is pissing off the locker room again.
Oh,
She's just
man.
wonderful, ain't she?
Also, CM Punk age. Somebody has to buy out CM Punk's contract, apparently, which is hilarious.
This is an amazing development, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I didn't have that on my bingo card of being brought out was not on my card of him leaving. I thought he was going to leave because of injury. I thought he was going to leave because of an actual scandal, like he fucked something he wasn't supposed to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought there was going to be something like that. I didn't know it was going to be that this motherfucker got into a fight and it was so fucking chaotic and shit that they said, no, y'all go over there, Punk, leave. I did not see that coming.
I mean, it's kind of weird because it's amazing that
hold on real quick. Also, Dave Meltzer talked to one of the other guys that was out there with Punk. And the story goes, when the Bucks ran into the room, CM Punk's dog was by the door. And when they swung the door open, the dog got hit by it, which caused the fight. Dave Meltzer, to his eternal credit, goes, this is the first time I'm hearing anybody about a fucking dog. What?
No, I was like,
it was because of the dog. Yeah, there was no dog there.
It's just, oh man, like
you were talking about the dog the whole time.
It's stupider.
Right. When it first happened, the thing was that, you know, like Kenny saw the dog in the room, went to pick it up, and then that's when Ace Steel bit him.
I mean, it's just the whole shit with AEW.
It's just in the room, and it was Ace that bit somebody.
It's just amazing to me with AEW right now. I'm not saying it's in disarray, but somebody brought it up best. It's like
disarray.
Here's
You
the
ain't
thing,
gonna say
here's
it.
the
I'll
thing,
say
here's
it.
the
It's in disarray.
No. Okay. Here's why I'm saying it. AEW is making decisions that folks will crucify WWE for. So let me get this right. So let me get this right. You gave Claudio the Ring of Honor belt. All right, fine. You felt that he deserved the championship. Why would you put that shit on Jericho?
Right.
Why would you do that? That's some shit that's some shit that
credibility
y'all will
do you
crucify
give it
WWE
now?
for doing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all will crucify the
What
motherfucker.
credibility do you give the ROH title
to Jericho?
After you give it to, I'll say, an ROH original?
Yeah, definitely.
Even though, let's be honest, like, not to toot my own horn, but, you know, Claudio's first got to start in Chikara, not Ring of Honor, but, you know, that's not here nor there.
Yeah, your fan is shown, but you are absolutely right. He did start there first. I say the same thing about Ricochet. It's the same thing. That's where he got big at. So yeah.
So, but it's like, so you give it to one of your ROH OGs, and everyone is like, he definitely deserved it. You know, he definitely deserved a title, and not just any, but the main title. So you give it to him, and then out of nowhere, you give it to Chris Jericho. What is the payoff? Like, what are you building up to?
It goes against everything they stand for. So here's the funny thing. So is it going to go back to an RH person? No, it's not. See, if I ain't mistaken, ain't MJF going to fight Jericho for that belt?
No, he's going up against
He ain't going against him. He's going against somebody else. Then who's he going against then for that?
MJF. Next week he's going up against some former ROH champion. Next week. But yeah, the whole thing with MJF is that he's at full gear. It's going to be him versus Moxley for the AEW World Championship.
And also, AEW got a shit ton of championships. I mean, you got Moxley with the AEW championship.
They got 12. They have 12 championships.
Wardlow with the
AEW. I got that wrong. Dalton Castle, and I'm actually for that. I'm actually for Dalton getting a chance to get the ROH belt. I'm for that. The
Okay.
problem
Saw
is,
that, man.
why did you take it off him?
Yeah.
Why? What was the point of taking it off Claudio? It should have been Claudio versus Dalton. It would have been two ROH guys going to be on Full Gear. It would have brought the title up. It would have meant something to all those people. No,
Got Cassidy won the All Atlantic Championship. Dope.
I'm just saying, 10 minutes. Look, 10,000 to 50,000. You said, "Nah, let's go for the 10." I just don't understand that.
And to be honest, CJ, like, yeah, they have the FTW championship, but you know, it's unofficially
It's the
an
unofficial
AEW championship.
AEW
So yeah, so you have the AEW championship, the All Atlantic, you have the TNT championship, the TBS championship, you have the
Wait,
tag
there's a
team
TBS championship?
Yeah, that's the one Jay got.
What's the TNT one? I
No,
thought they
TNT's
were
the men's. TNT's the men's.
TNT, and then
TNT's
Jay
men's.
Cargill
TBS
has
is
TBS.
yes.
All right, you got to
AEW
say
Women's
this. Jay, who are you fighting anymore?
They're building up.
Just walking around with a belt?
They're building her up. They're building it up that it's Jade Cargill right now versus Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose stole the TBS championship, so I guess they're building it up that it's Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose for the
Nyla
TBS
Rose,
championship.
which
So like I
it
said,
looks
so
like Nyla could win, possibly. We'll see.
so like I said, so you got AEW championship.
Tony Storm has the interim
Yeah, so you got the AEW Women's Championship, TNT Championship,
women's tag
TBS Championship. You have the Tag Team Championship. You have the
trios,
Trios Tag Team Championship.
and then the ROH belts. Doesn't Samoa
Right.
Joe got one of the belts?
You have the Ring of Honor World Championship. You have the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. You have the Ring of Honor World Television Championship.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of belts.
Fuck me, are you serious?
Oh, and the Ring of Honor Women's Championship.
How many that is?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you got so there's AEW, All Atlantic. Yeah, so you got like 11. So it's like 11 or 12 championships.
This is a lot. I'm like, God damn. Like,
And then on top of that, you have FTR who has
Impact belt.
they don't have the Impact belt. They have the
AAA?
AAA Tag Team Championships, and they have the IWGP Tag Team Championships. And then, like I said, then you have the FTW Championship with Hook.
Oh, and then what's his face from the Good Brothers still is the never open champion. And apparently
Carl.
there's a situation
Yo.
happening where New Japan's like, hey Carl, so you gonna come over here and defend the belt? And Carl's like, I got a Crown Jewel championship match here that I can make a lot of money on. I might go to Crown Jewel because that payday is looking pretty fucking good.
In Japan, and New Japan has all their right to say,
Get the
you can give us that belt back then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they got a
Give
point
us
there,
that
Carl.
belt back.
Go ahead and give up that belt.
And look, and I hate to be that person because I hate to be that person, but the World Wrestling Entertainment, they go out what Vince, I know Vince ain't there no more, but Vince is all about that. Time artist tradition. You give them their shit back.
Exactly. You know, Trips is gonna look at Carl like, he's like,
Look, Vince goes by that rule. I know Triple H go by the rule. Triple H like this. They don't want us to do it. Look, Triple H like, so you don't want to do that crossover? All right, cool. Hey man, give me a belt back, yo. I know Triple. The only reason why he got signed, Triple H like, they're gonna be like, hey, he's sick. Hey, can we defend it? Like, I'll be like, oh no, you might have to bring Okada over here to fight him. It would have been the most sneakiest bullshit to squeeze out a New Japan match in WWE.
Number one, it'd be sneaky, but also it'd be petty because you remember they just did Forbidden Door in AEW, so you know that'd be Trips like, Forbidden Door, that's nice. Hey Okada, what you doing?
Boy, I really hate to be that nigga. Trips, he's going to Crown Jewel. Why don't you tell New Japan to pull up? Oh, you got the prince's money. You have the prince's money. All you have to do is, hey, check this out. It's going to be a big deal, right? Promotion for Japan is going to try to come on. Come on! It writes itself, nigga.
You know the Saudi prince would be down for that.
Here's the best part. Like I said, it doesn't even have to be your money that you losing. All that's coming from the Saudi Arabia sports entertainment. You know how much money they fucking got, nigga? Do you realize? Phil Mickelson went over there for a reason. So you mean to tell me? You can't get over there and go like hakala, Okada, $400 million, one match. You mean to tell me you can't do that?
Dude, Okada will be on the first red eye from Japan.
It was actually racist. That was very racist what I did. That was very racist.
Dude, Okada will be on the first.
I meant to say Durka. I fucked that up. I said the hakala.
Dude, Okada will be on the first red eye flight from Japan to Saudi immediately.
Dude, Japan, like, so you want like 4 other people? We can send them too.
we can send you some to Bullet Club if you want. That'd be great, right?
Hey, man,
right?
We can take Tomatonga over there. Come on. You want Tomatonga? We let him chill over there for a couple hours.
Go, bro. Can you imagine if both those two just stared off at the bloodline at Crown Jewel? Motherfuckers lose their goddamn minds.
And Hikuleo.
I hate to be that nigga again. I hate to be that nigga. I don't want there to be a movement out of Roman when there's a stare down. All I want him to do is just say acknowledge me. And when both of them niggas say no, they get jizzumped. I mean like fucked up. So bad Paul Heyman's over there with the belt.
Just out of nowhere, you just see fucking Soka fucking choke out one of the Tongas and shit. Like, oh.
Hold up, Craig. Hey, we gotta make it all the way dramatic. The dad come out. Oh shit, Ming! It is Ming. So we have to give him respect. So when Ming get in that ring, Jay go flying. Soka go flying. Jimmy go flying. Sammy go flying. He turns around, Superman punch. He's standing over fucking Ming. Acknowledge me. How much of a flex would that be?
How
much of a flex would that be? He
like, oh my god!
Look. And you know Paul Heyman be standing there. Do you understand that the tribal chief not only has all of Samoa with him, but what he did at Crown Jewel? Oh shit! They ain't Fijian. They're not Fijian. They
Polynesian.
Tonga. I forgot that Tonga. Oh man. Hey, shit, man. That'll be beautiful. That'll be a beautiful look. Here's the it's like they will never agree to that shit. Oh yes, the fuck they will. You forgot who's paying this shit. Like I said, the prince is paying this shit.
You get Rikishi in the mix.
This is money where you can go. No.
You get Rikishi in the mix.
I'm telling you, Chris, I told everybody at my job about what you said about The Rock showing up there, and I'm all for it. I'm all for The Rock showing up, going, no, I would never acknowledge you. Then out of nowhere, Rikishi, I did it for the tribal chief. I'm for it. Why are we not doing this already?
That's why I love the interview. There's an interview of The Rock where the lady, she asked him, and she was like, so who's the head of the table? He goes, who's the head of the table? Without saying names, you're talking to him right now. And I'm like,
oh shit.
I mean, let's be honest.
Latifi ain't gonna like that shit. I called him by his real name. Latifi ain't gonna like that shit.
all I need is Sammy snitching. All I need is Sammy going to Roman like, yo, Roman. So The Rock said,
hey, yo, man, Rocky talking shit, dog.
Like Rock says he acknowledges you as a tribal chief, but he still says that he's the head of the table. Like, and I mean, let's be honest, he kind of is the head of the table. He kind of still is the head of the table. Because if it wasn't for The Rock, none of these cats would have a job.
Yeah.
Ooh, look. I'm sorry. I hate to be that person. Paul Heyman, you're like, oh, The Rock. I'm sorry. Is he Chief Maivia? I'm sorry. Are you either the head of the Wild Samoans? And have any of them recognize you as the tribal chief? Then I don't know why you're here, Dwayne. And call him by his real name. Take out all the Samoa out of his fucking spirit by calling him Dwayne Johnson.
See, this is
Insult the living shit out of him. In fact, Paul, I want Paul to go as far as like, why are you here? You're black.
No, but see, here's the thing, D. Here's the thing, D. This is why I wish.
I want that smoke, nigga.
This is why I wish Rocky Johnson didn't die, because you know the cherry on top would have been Rocky getting knocked out, and you just see Rocky Johnson's thing come out, and Rock's thinking his dad's going to help him in and save the day, and his Rocky just all of a sudden turns around and acknowledges the tribal chief. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yo. I mean,
Because
technically, his mom is still alive.
Ooh.
The Rock's mom
how
is still
great
alive.
would that be? How great would that be? And I'm not saying get him on his deathbed, but Rocky's sick. He can still talk to people. So who the tribal chief? Roman is. Damn, Dwayne. And that's what you do. You don't call him Rock. You don't call him The Rock. No. Damn, Wayne. What happened?
No, D. To stick the knife even deeper. Damn, Dewey.
Man.
Dude.
Hit him with a family nickname.
Actually, though, that's what Roman's going to say. The second Rock get down to the ring doing all that shit. What you doing out here, Dewey? Woo! I'm waiting. Like I said.
Meanwhile,
Dewey. I just need one time. I just need one time where Roman calls him Dewey. And not in the loving way, in a sign of disrespect. Like, what you doing here, Dewey? Like,
yeah. Boy. And if I'm Roman, I hit this like, well, here's the funny thing about you and me. See, I'm actually good in this ring. I will go that far if I'm Roman. I will go that route. What you gonna do? Put a bad sharpshooter on me? I wish. Like I said, Denzel, as much as I'm enjoying this, I cannot wait until this motherfucker loses. Oh, it's going to be glorious.
Like that, boy.
WWE has one shot at that. They have one shot at that. They better make it good.
You sound like Axel Guzman on TikTok, bro. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The boy from New York that every time he hates Roman. He hates the bloodline.
I know what you're talking about. I ain't like that. That motherfucker, he needs to touch grass. He's a touch grass. He needs to touch all of the grass that he needs. That's that type of person. But I know what you're talking about. No, I'm on that tip. Like,
also,
y'all see how this all getting built
I know he's gonna drop it, but I'm with you, D. Like, it needs to hit when he drops this. This needs to be big. The man has been holding championships for 2 years, and so for like that's why, like, with all of him,
it's the Hulk Hogan thing where he had it for so long. Whoever beat him was like
it has to be huge. So even like if he was to retain, and then and then Austin cashes in. If Austin cashed in, that still isn't gonna hit. If he cashes in and wins, like, it's
that's the beginning of the end, though. I think that's the beginning of the end. When that happens, Roman's gonna be looking at the hole in the ship, going like, "How did this happen? Where was you at?
Mm-hmm.
Where was you at? Where was you at?" I was you, Chief.
They're already planting the seeds with Jay. They're already planting the seeds.
All right, so look, my man said, I can't wait for Roman to walk through there, see Jimmy talking to Naomi. He slaps on the ass and keeps it walking. We're never going to see that disrespect. But I need wrestling just to hone just a little bit of attitude there. Just a little bit of attitude there. You know what I mean?
Naomi went. That's where you have. That's the thing. If Naomi is with the shits with that, it's on. If she's with the shits with that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's
gonna let that man clap your cheeks like that, baby.
It's like, yeah.
Hey, look, and you got to have Naomi do this. Then we're like, that didn't mean nothing. And have her smile with it. That don't even mean nothing. He just, all of a sudden, he just look. Jimmy is having the same look Jay got. Some bullshit, bro.
I told you. I fucking told you.
Oh, God. I know everybody thinks it's going to be Sammy. I think Sammy's going to be the last one. I'm still with you.
Sammy is gonna get jumped by the bloodline. And it's gonna be
Sammy-
so sad. It's gonna be so sad.
Sammy, pound for pound, has been one of the best performers in WWE this past year. Like, he is just. Sammy has no business by still having some good matches and then being just captivating every time he touches that mic.
It's gonna be like Batista when he clotheslined the shit out of Rey Mysterio and shit. It's like,
You're
sorry,
supposed
man.
to be my friend.
It's
You're
supposed to be my
supposed to
friend.
be my friend.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna be like, I'm part of the bloodline. I'm already Oos. I'm already Oos. Not today.
He rips that shit off. Oh, the day they rip off Sammy's shirt is going to be so sad.
You know what it is? It's gonna
You
be
want to talk about heat? Boy, the second woman rips that junk off. That stadium is going to try to kill him. It's going to be ripped.
And then Soka comes in with the chokehold, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Look.
We'll make it even better. We'll make
Hey.
it even better. You have Solo put Sammy in the
Oh yeah,
sleeper
Solo. I
hold,
want to see Soka.
and then you zoom in, and, and Solo got the single tear growing down his face like New Jack City.
I don't want to do this, no more, man. How y'all doing this, man? I had to hurt my brother. And look, and Jimmy and Jay.
Solo had the single tear like Wesley Snipes in New Jack City.
I didn't want to do that,
Chicago.
And like I said,
I don't encourage this, but I need at least 4 fans. Hurling something in that ring. Hurling something that's not going to hurt the wrestlers. I want a water bottle, like something, like I said, something that's not going to hurt the wrestlers. To start flying in the ring.
then all of a
And
sudden,
just sitting there, let that shit hit them.
then all of a sudden, Sammy drags himself to the back, and here's KO eating the Snicker bar. Like, told you, man.
Told you fucking hanging out with those black people, man. I told you that shit was gonna happen. Look. You know that's what he's saying. No, I'm Muslim. I can hang around those people. You know that's what Sammy said. You know Sammy used that one time. Hey man, I'm Muslim. We're all
You know, and then all of a
I'm
sudden,
Syrian, man. I'm Syrian. I'm already a 10th black.
KO looks at Sammy and was like, you know what we need to do, right? And then boom, we get Usos versus Sammy and KO. Boom, there you
I
go.
think that's good. I actually have a weird feeling that all of this is going to fast track KO to be the one that actually beats on Roman.
You don't think it's gonna be Cody though?
I think see, that's where it gets funny, especially with the Royal Rumble and what's going to happen.
Like Cody wins the Royal Rumble.
And you have Big E coming back.
Oh, Big E
Yeah,
and them, they were at that Wakanda Forever thing. He was looking pretty good. I'm like,
Yeah. Like I said, more than likely he's going to be back either. I think he's just coming back in the Rumble.
Royal
I think
Rumble.
that's the best time for him
Yeah,
to come
I think
back.
they're gonna save him for
we're
Rumble.
already near the end of the year, so it's like, why? And the
Come
fact,
back for tables, ladders, and chairs. Huh?
well, and also the fact that they actually said that they got rid of the whole day one shit and stuff, which I'm like, that was grand opening, grand closing. I didn't think
Wait,
that
but
was.
day one with what?
You remember that?
WWE
Remember this
Day-
year they had
Day
WWE
One?
Day One, which is back in January. It's
On
like
New
day
Year's Day.
one.
Oh,
Yeah, they're getting rid of that, which I'm like, well, that was grand
They-
opening,
look,
Grand
look.
opening, grand closing.
done.
look, you know what it was? It would have worked years ago. It would have been day one would have also went in conjunction with New Year's Dash over in New Japan. So it would have been this kind of little, it's a cool wrestling weekend because not only day one, but the next day will be Wrestle Kingdom, and then it'll be New Year's Dash, and it's like, you know, it actually is like, it's a cool little wrestling weekend. It's one of those weird weekends where WWE is not taking part in it, but it's like, let's add to the weekend. Big event.
But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, sports this weekend is going to be fun. I am looking forward to the World Series starting on Friday. I will definitely be watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll tune in. I ain't got nothing to do.
also because this is technically sports related, Kanye's school is shutting down. So
How is that special?
because number one,
Sitting down. and a
A
couple
lot
of
of
a couple of
yeah,
the athletes that were signed
yes.
with
Oh
the
A
yeah.
lot of NFL and NBA athletes, number one, they were like, "Oh, I'm leaving Donda Academy." But also, there were a lot of NFL players like, "Time out. AB was leading the sports division of Donda?"
wait, what?
Yes, AB was leading the sports division of Donda. Dead ass.
He was the athletic director?
Dead ass. And there were a lot of athletes that were shocked, like, hold on. AB was heading the sports
I'm
division?
sorry. That is pure walking inside of a china shop, and then you get to the counter and there's a bull there. Hi, welcome to the china shop.
I'm looking at each and every one of those athletes' agents, like, so your agent failed to tell you AB was
I
running
love
that?
Jaden Brown. Jaden Brown had the fucking nerve to go, yeah, man, I can't be a part of this. Did you know who Kanye was before you signed to him? Like, here's my thing. I get it. You thought he was cool. Just say, man, I'm stupid, man. That was dumb. I should have never followed this
At
nigga.
least, at
No, all y'all gotta do, man, he on some new shit. No, he's not.
least Dez was smart enough to be like, when he signed to Rock Nation, was like, oh, I like Jay-Z. That's why I signed to Rock Nation. All right, that's fair. I get it. I totally
I remember that. Yeah, anytime an athlete did that, they did that to Ricky Williams. Ricky like, because Master P's dope. What?
Exactly. It's like, you want me to say, like, oh man, they
What
showed
the
me
fuck you want me to say? Like, yo,
you showed me tremendous facilities. That was fucking Master P. I'm gonna sign
Master
that shit.
P,
Hell
like-
yeah. Hell yeah. It's like, come on,
bruh.
like. But AB being head of that shit, I laughed my ass off. Like, get the
Bruh.
fuck out of here. Like, and then AB had the nerve to say something. I'm like, yo, AB, shut the fuck up.
What did he say?
To along the lines of, hey, we don't support what Kanye say, but I'm like, dog, it's a Donda. It's done. It's like we like, come on.
Y'all, that man said slavery was a choice 4 years ago, so don't start that with me. Like y'all know he was already on some wacky shit back then, man. So don't even start that,
That
man.
part.
But the Donda Academy shut down is sports related because a lot of the kids that were playing for that school, they're kind of ass out now. So now and it sucks because since they shut down in the middle of the school year, now these parents got to find another school to send their kids to.
And you know what? I feel for them in that sense, and
And then
in that sense, I do.
Oh,
I
no
really do.
refund.
But at the same time, like, I don't think this is like, a black institution that's shutting down the way everybody's treating it like, man. It's like, no, he just did a lot of stupid shit. Kanye just didn't know how to shut the fuck up, and people forget that PR is a real thing and you need it. So,
Yep.
that's what happened.
But anyways, that is it for Working Title Sports Show. I guess Denzel, since you're incapacitated due to wrestling injury, you'll probably be on the show for a while. That
Yeah.
mainstay. Mainstay.
So I had a follow-up appointment with my doctor.
Mhm.
I get to go back to work on January. So
at the beginning of the year.
So yeah, beginning of the year. So like you said, CJ, guess who's gonna be on Working Title Sports Show for the next 3 months?
Oh, I'm glad. I'm happy for it. Not happy of the conditions, but I'm happy for
that's
it.
what I'm saying, and that's what I tell people. They're like, it sucks that I get to I get a little vacation, but at the same time, I can't do nothing.
Do shit.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, I can't touch anything. I can't do this. It's like, what the hell?
So I got an appointment on Monday. Got to get the stitches off. I got to get the stitches out. And then I go from this to an actual boot, and then I'll figure out when physical therapy starts. And actually, before I got on call with you guys, I was actually on the phone with my therapist, talking to my therapist on BetterHelp, and I was like, yeah, I know physical therapy is going to be a monster and a half. And she was like, yeah,
it has to be for that type of injury too, bro. It has to be. I'm just being real, man. That's
fibula, and the ankle itself. So for the viewers, before we go off, that's probably like, what did he do? So I was at training, and we were wrapping up, and so trainer goes, okay, we're gonna have you guys go through moves. Denzel, you're gonna do a back body drop. I've done back body drops before. It's a simple move. You run, hit the ropes. You run to, let's just say I'm running towards D. I jump over. He lifts me up. I flip in the air, land on my back.
I've done that plenty of times.
Right.
I've done that plenty of times. Don't let my weight fool you. I'll jump for that shit, man.
Right. I shoot.
It's like different. Look, I jump. Just make sure you push me up.
Like we've seen football players do it in the NFL in a way. They've done back body drops in the NFL. So I'm like, okay. So, he gives me the chop. He says, duck the line and then take the back body. So gives me a chop, hits the ropes. I duck the line, rebound off the ropes, and I go to proceed to do the back body drop. Now, as we're going, hands are on his back and I jump. But when he goes to lift me up, it kind of felt off. But like I said, I'm already in mid jump. So it's not like I could be like, yeah, yo, OG, like, hold on, like something doesn't feel right. We're already in mid motion. So I'm up in the air. At this point, I am not parallel, perpendicular to the ground, to the mat. I'm over 6 feet high up in the air. My head is perpendicular to the ground. I went, whoa, 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 and did my best to flip over. And when I did, let's just say it almost turned into a Sid Vicious type of deal.
I thought you did Sid Vicious yourself. I thought you did Sid Early. What was his last name? Whatever. I thought you did Sid Vicious yourself.
So when I landed, that's when it went boom. So as you guys are seeing right now, my leg was like this. The ankle, D, the ankle was like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So my leg was like this, ankle was like that. And they were like, call 911. And I was like, what? And as soon as I looked down and I was like, ah! So we go to the EMT.
I thought you did this.
Nope, I didn't pass out. Thank goodness I had my mouth guards in because I was just like biting down and everything. I get to the EMTs, they take my blood pressure and all that stuff. They were like, dude, we got to take pictures of your vitals. I go, why? I was like, they go, look at your leg. There is no way that your blood pressure should be 120 over 76. Like your blood pressure should be off the charts. They were like, you are so calm. I go, yes, because I'm trying to stay calm because I know that my leg is not in a good position right now.
A noodle, if you will.
Right. So we do that. I get in. And of course, like doctors, like they're getting blood work, asking me questions and all that stuff. Thankfully, an orthopedic doctor was in the ER, sees my foot and goes, okay, I'm going to have to set it back in. And I go, what? He goes, I got to set it back. We can't have your leg looking like that for the rest of the night. And he goes, put your mouth guards in. So I was like, okay. And he legit puts it back in. The whole time I'm like, you motherfucker, I ought to kick you in your goddamn head, you son of a bitch. And I'm like, I'm going off. And he's like, it's all right, you're fine. So yeah, that and so like I said, the follow-up, so I had my surgery last week. No, I had it on the 14th. And so I've been on bed rest for the past 2 weeks. And so, like I said, I had my follow-up appointment on Tuesday. They were like, dude, a few things. Number one, they looked at the cartilage in my ankle to see if it was damaged in any way with all this. No damage to my cartilage in my ankle at all.
Lucky.
They was like, there is no damage to your cartilage. And they were like, also, while we was doing the surgery, we was like, he got some solid bone structure right here. I was like, milk does a body good.
I mean, when you broke down, when you broke all that down, I was like, oh, okay, shit. I guess he's good to go.
So yeah, I got an incision. I got an incision here where they have the where they have a couple screws, and then I got an incision on the outside, where they got like the plate and the other pins and whatnot. So yeah, so like I said, I won't be back to work until January, and Doc says it'll take about a year for me to be like 100%. And
That makes sense.
all of my OGs and my vets, they are like, dude, take your time. They was like, we're not going anywhere. Like when you are ready to come back. Like when you're ready to get back in the ring, you can come back in the ring. They was like when it comes to physical therapy, like you can come and chill with us and do your physical therapy with us. Like we can help you out there. But in terms of you getting back in the ring, you need to be at
I'm about
100,
to
at
say.
least
I was about to
100%.
say they ain't going like you. Come on, man. You ain't fucking with the WWE doctors. You gonna be in there in 4 months? No, sit the fuck down.
Yeah, my OG, he was like, dude,
Lost
he was
your
like,
mind.
take it from someone. He was like, take it from me. He was like, I've been in this business for almost 15 years. He was like, Denzel, listen to me. Take your time. He goes, heal up, recover. He was like, do as much film study as you possibly can. He was like, just keep on like film study, all of that. Like he's like, you're not going anywhere. You're still one of the students. You're still part of ACPW. Like, and the owner was like, don't worry about paying your monthly dues or anything like that, because you're not going to be here. So what's the point of you paying your dues if you're not going to be here? But he was like, don't worry about that. Like we got you. Like if you need anything, we're right here. We got you, but you need to take care of yourself first. So, but yeah, all that to say, I'll be a part of Working Title Sports Show for the next 3 months, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
So get used to seeing this handsome face.
I actually got to put in my picks for this week, anyways. So
Yeah, I gotta do that shit. All right,
Oh
no.
yeah,
who's in the
I
actually D?
said-
Since you got that, who's in the lead right now with picks? As far as you know.
Yeah. I didn't. I ain't calculated the last 2 weeks, but the last time I calculated, I was in the lead. Actually,
Okay.
I was in the lead by a couple of games. I think if anybody is in the league, it's probably if anything, by what I can tell just by glancing, it's a 3-way tie right now. It's going to no, it ain't a 3-way tie. I'm either still in the lead or I'm tied up with Patrick because
I
Patrick pretty much won the last 2 weeks. So yeah.
I laughed because Patrick was like, Chris is the only one that picked the Jets over Green Bay. I'm like, you goddamn right. My spite levels is high. All right.
Nah, that was the last week. Was like last week. I was the only one that picked. No, I was the only one that picked the Steelers to beat the Bucks. You and me were the only people to pick the Redskins over the Packers. Oh, actually, no. Let me get that right. Because I remember you got like one thing right, got one. God, it was last week, I think. Let me see, real quick. Come on. Load the fuck up. Yeah, you picked the Packers to win that shit. Me and Denzel were the only ones to pick the Redskins to beat the Packers. And I was me and Andre the only ones to pick the Panthers to beat the Bucks. Yes, I picked the Bucks 2 weeks in a row to lose. I can't believe I was right. So, yeah, but it's so funny though, Chris. Usually you be the ace of this. Usually you be the ace of this shit, but you went through 2 weeks where you only got 6 victories, so it kind of slowed you up.
The thing of it is, it was like the ones that I was going for, the hope for the upset, or the ones that I just on paper thought they was going to win, they end up losing. I'm like, how the fuck this happened? And then it's just, it just went the way it went. So it is what it is and stuff. But
yeah, I'm definitely in the lead. Yeah, I'm in the lead probably by like 4 or 5 games, man. But it ain't that much. It ain't that bit of a gap. Trust me, it really ain't, because all it takes is one bad week for somebody to drop from first all the way to last. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's one of them days. Whatever.
So anyways, that is it for Working Title Sports Show this week. We will see you next week. I know some folks have been asking, hey, how come y'all don't upload the audios for it? That's just us. That's my bad.
That's an off and on thing, and I didn't know. That's off and on thing.
I just noticed it and stuff, and I was like, crap, I probably should put the audio up of this and such.
Yeah, I think it's just we used to have consistency of it, but when you get to 150 episodes, and just to be real honest with you, It's sports. You ain't gonna go back to the episode like that.
And
No,
if they
but-
do, they go back for.
I can
for-
say our
for
Kobe
moments.
episode. Our Kobe episode is probably the only one that's worth going back to like that. You know that, and when we did the Mighty Ducks. Other than that, there's no point of going back to any of these shit. So
I guess
yeah,
the only
that's
reason why
kind
some
of on
people
us.
probably do is to go back for like certain moments when we're not even talking about like actual sports, but like stuff.
I
of, like,
fucking hate that. I know they do that shit. I know
Like-
people do that
like
shit
the-
too, and that kills me.
like some people like me, I'm guilty. I go back to the one episode where we recorded after I went to NASCAR and I posted the video of me sitting down during the national anthem just to hear you guys talk about yo, Denzel, man, the fact that you still here, man.
It's like you made it, man.
Frank, does that kill you yet?
Like, yeah,
Oh, man.
Mo, just to hear Mo talk about yo, man, I was scared. That lady was looking at you like she was about to throw something or call the police. Like
It's like, phew.
Nigger! Anyway,
But anyways, that is it for
Yeah,
working
we
on
done,
Sports
man.
Show this week. Yeah, we got. Well, I'll just say this for the people that are probably watching this. We definitely got some special stuff for 3BG popping off this week, especially this weekend. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll be back tonight to do our Halloween episode on Fantasy Island. Yay!
no, man.
So we'll be back, guys. Peace out.
lettuce.